You're on your phone all the time. You're always on your phone. And I don't want you to be distracted during the show, so I'm taking it away from you.
From what to expect via segments to the things that Ellen knows that you don't, allow me to show you some strict rules Ellen makes her guests follow.
Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Number 10, dress comfortably. If you think about certain daytime or late night shows, you think about how the celebrity guests are almost always in their best attire. A suit, a stunning dress, etc. In many ways, this is what is expected of them from a value or expectation standpoint. But for Ellen, she doesn't care about that. Sure, she'll wear a suit herself at times, but she loves the comfortable attire, and she wants that of her guests too. Now, if they want to dress up for the audience or for Ellen, that's great. But when it comes to attire, there's no real dress code outside to be fair and don't push it. This speaks of Ellen's personality as a whole in many ways. She wants her guests to be at their best and feel like they're not on another show, which is likely a reason many people like coming onto her show.
I appreciate it. I thank you so much. I feel the same way about you.
But her kindness does have limits. Number 9, be nice or get banned.
Nice to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Have you ever wondered what the process is to get a guest for something like The Ellen Show? What layers of scrutiny and such they have to go through? It's a multifaceted question, to be honest, as there are a lot of factors that go into it. Availability is a big one. A need to be on the show to talk or promote something is another. And of course, whether they're willing to be on the show. Many of these factors have nothing to do with Ellen, but she does have the right to veto a guest since it is her show. And she's done that before based on celebrity antics out in the world. What does that mean? Well, Ellen has had her fair share of controversial people on her show, including Kanye West, Caitlyn Jenner, and more. But she has a core set of beliefs, and if a celebrity violates the principles of those beliefs, she won't bring them on board. But mere days before that happened, she went to a church and raved about how gay people were the lowest of the low. Ellen is gay, and so that lady didn't come on to the show. In fact, Ellen hasn't even spoken her name on the show since then, not even as a joke. This may not seem like a fair rule, but it plays into who Ellen is. She's not going to bring anyone on there that she doesn't think will be compatible with her in one form or another. And when it's your show, would you really want to bring on people who make you mad? I didn't think so. Number 8, honor thy host. As noted, there have been times when celebrities who are brought onto Ellen's show aren't nice to her. Sometimes it is in good fun, but other times, not so much. And if you're not nice to Ellen outside of the show, why would she bring you on her show to let you mock her more? Sometimes celebrities go to war with one another, and that results with them not doing things with one another that seem logical. For example, Kathy Griffin is a famous comedian.
Is the incomparable Kathy Griffin!
And you would expect her to be on Ellen's show at least once, but she's never been. Ever. And that doesn't seem to be changing anytime soon. Ellen has banned her via a book that she wrote. Ellen's response was on point and priceless. I know Griffin had a big thing about wanting to be on the show. She did a whole thing that I banned her from the show. And I didn't ban her from the show because first you have to be on the show to be banned. Ellen is always watching and listening. And if you do something to her or say something wrong about her, she'll find out. Number 7, no phones unless you're taking a selfie. Sadly, the world we're living in today has a dependence on phones, and celebrities oftentimes live off their phones. But when you're on Ellen, no phones. Now, it's true that Ellen isn't done live, and interviews and other segments have been redone so that the celebrity doesn't come off as bad at times. But still, having your cell phone on as you go to talk to Ellen is somewhat shameful, because that means you're more worried about your phone than the person who's getting ready to interview you. Of course, the exception is when she wants you to take a selfie with the crowd, something that Ellen has of course made famous during her time hosting the Emmys. So the phone can only be busted out if that's going to happen. Else, keep it contained. I almost want to see Ellen destroy a celeb's phone. I'm just saying. Number 6, be true, be funny. Ellen over the years has gotten better and better at getting to the heart of the matter when it comes to talking to her guests. But an interview takes two to tango, which brings us to a dual set of rules, comedy and honesty. In regards to comedy, Ellen wants her guests to be having fun and not be afraid to tell an embarrassing story or tell a joke, or even poke fun at Ellen if it's in good taste, etc. The interview isn't meant to be fully serious, so live it up. Now, on the flip side, Ellen also expects her guests to be open and honest with themselves and the audience. They're not here to play a role for them.
The issue of honesty in the media comes up a lot, and I have said it's important to be honest, because if you're not honest, it comes back to haunt you.
But rather, just be themselves. So the last thing that Ellen wants is for a guest to tell lies or tell them what they think they want them to hear, because that doesn't do any good, and Ellen doesn't like it when people aren't themselves. This has led to a whole host of hilarious moments that people will remember forever, and that, again, makes Ellen's show one of the best to watch. Number 5, Game Time. Every talk show, regardless of it being in the daytime or the nighttime, has things that really set them apart. For Ellen, her shtick, if you will, is that she loves to have fun. Both with the audience and with her many guests. Which is why if you are a guest on Ellen's show, you need to be ready to play a game. Sometimes it's a simple game like I Have Never. And other times it's getting strapped to a lie detector to see whether you're as truthful as you think you are. That's what happened to Simon Cowell, if you're curious.
Do you think anyone in this room has a crush on you?
Yes.
Now sure, I'm positive there have been celebrities who haven't played games or refused to play games, but the most memorable of guests were the ones who did. I mean, why come on to Ellen just to talk? Why not have fun while you're there? Now yeah, sometimes Ellen plays dirty and gets weird with the games, but that's just par for the course. See what I did there? Number 4, Know Your Kardashians.
I don't know if you remember me. I'm Karla Kardashian.
This one is a little tongue-in-cheek, but if you know Ellen, you know that sometimes she'll randomly bring up the Kardashians, and when that happens, you need to be ready with more than I don't like the family or whatever. She really is a fangirl of the series and the family, and so you need to know at least a little about them in case she surprises you and asks what you think. Even if it's a tiny morsel, you just need to feed it to Ellen to get her to talk about them more or get her off the topic. It may be random, but hey, we all have our quirks. Even if it's just fangirling about a certain family that you have indeed met. Number 3, if you've won an Oscar, you're coming on Ellen.
Positive you will be nominated, if not win, the Academy Awards.
There are a lot of little traditions that go on with daytime and late night talk shows, including certain shows have the rights to claim first dibs on certain athletes and celebrities based on the events of previous days. And for Ellen, one of the things that she loves to do is talk with people who have just won an Oscar. She's done this with many people over the years, including Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
When he finally won his first acting Oscar for The Revenant. For that interview, the questions are honestly all about the Oscar, including what it was like to win, what they were feeling, what it meant for them to have won the Oscar, and so on and so forth. This is one of the more rare, straightforward interviews that Ellen does, but in this case, it's warranted because of the grandeur of the moment. So if you've been able to get that highest of acting honors, be ready to talk to Ellen about it, because she definitely wants to see how you feel about it. Number 2, know your own social media posts.
So many people on social media go in on me all the time.
Ellen will talk about all the typical stuff and whatnot with her guests, but she's not afraid to go to another level, if that makes sense, to get to know you more. Which means that she'll go to your social media pages, pull down your posts, and have you discuss them in front of the studio audience. So for your sake, you better remember why you posted what you did. She rarely does super embarrassing stuff, but she will go and ask you things about context, why this post mattered to the guests, etc. It's another way of getting closer to the guests, as well as getting the audience to learn more about the celebrity. This is yet another reason to be careful when posting certain things to social media. If the trolls and haters don't find it, Ellen will. Number 1, be ready for anything. We've already touched on some of the crazy and wacky stuff that Ellen has done over the years, with her guests like the games, the dancing, and more. But for Ellen, sometimes the comedy and the need to shake things up leads Ellen to get a bit creative with what she does. The biggest thing that Ellen likes to do is jump scares. She'll hide people in the set, and during the interview, they'll randomly pop out to scare someone. Or sometimes she'll actually hide another celebrity on set to scare another because they're friends. Such as when Chris Evans scared his fellow MCU cast member Scarlett Johansson one time.
That he's gonna do.
Or sometimes, in various segments, she'll go all out to annoy or even get physical in games so she can win or get a laugh. With Ellen, expect the unexpected or else. So what do you think? What do you think of these things that Ellen has her guests follow in terms of rules? Do you think that Ellen takes these rules too far? Or do you think it's fair because it's her show? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.